All right, we have another story. I'm reading from an article in the Daily Kos, KOS. It's one of the news sites that I read almost every day. Transplant surgeon deported despite judge's order. The story is dated today. A kidney transplant surgeon, highly trained, highly skilled, highly in demand, in the United States on a valid H1B visa, left the United States, went to visit her family in Lebanon. When she returned to Boston's Logan Airport, she works at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. She was detained and told she was being deported. She was not given a reason. She's here legally on an H1B visa. It hadn't been suspended. Its status is fine, current, legal. And this is the pattern that I'm seeing. And I was texting with my ex earlier today. She's an immigration attorney. She does H1B visas. And I told her, we were texting back and forth about some of these cases, and it's like the common thread seems to be people who are here legally, whether it's a green card, H1B visa, travel abroad, and they're being detained when they re-enter the United States. And she's telling all of her clients, sorry, you can't leave the United States for the next 4.5 years. But while her plane was on the tarmac, a judge ordered her deportation halted, but the plane took off anyway, despite a federal court order, while the plane was on the tarmac at Boston's Logan Airport. Trump and his administration ignored the judge's order yesterday about the Alien Enemies Act because 2 plane loads of Venezuelan undocumented immigrants were already over international water. And they said, the plane's over international water, you don't have any jurisdiction. This plane was on U.S. soil when the judge issued his order, or her order. A federal court order that would have halted the immediate deportation of a Rhode Island doctor was issued Friday evening while the doctor's departing plane sat on the tarmac at Boston Logan International Airport. But the plane ultimately took off, carrying Dr. Rasha Alawi, out of the country for reasons that are still unclear to her, her family, her lawyer, and her Brown medicine colleagues. They didn't do anything to stop the plane. So clearly they wanted to deport her regardless of if there was a judge's order or not. She didn't do anything wrong. The court was acting on a complaint, an emergency complaint that had been filed by one of her cousins, despite repeated requests from Dr. Alawi's family members and a volunteer attorney. Customs and Border Patrol refuses to provide any justification for her detention, refuses to allow her attorneys to talk to her, and refuse to provide assurances that the doctor will not be deported to Lebanon. The complaint also noted that the doctor had graduated from medical school in 2015 and held fellowships and residencies at 3 United States universities. Her visa was valid until 2027. This follows immediately after another deportation that ignored a court order yesterday. And we've been wondering for a while now how long it would take for Trump and his gang to ignore court orders that they didn't like. And here we are. If you have an H1B visa, if you have a green card, do not leave the United States. Because when you try to re-enter, they're going to detain you and they're going to deport you.